Advise the DCCC. It seems to me we have two competing forces here. We have Democrats who can pass legislation and pass what they would consider, what progressives would consider, what many old-time Democrats would consider historic legislation. It would put Joe Biden as a transformational president along the lines, in many ways, of LBJ, if you just look at it, expanding the social safety net. Then on the other side of that, if Democrats want to win, as you know very well, and the DCCC knows very well, they want to maintain a House majority, well, there are about 20 to 30 moderates that have to win their races. I would guess $4.5 trillion in new spending would most likely hurt those moderates. So it's a real balancing act that the Speaker, the DCCC, the entire party is going to have to be going through. How do they sort through it all?
Well, Joe, I think what it comes down to, and you and I have talked about this before, is Democrats, when they pass this legislation, which is one of the most, if not the most, progressive piece of spending legislation in American history, Democrats got to pound the pavement. They have got to make sure that their voters, their constituencies understand how specifically this massive measure benefits their district, their people, their services. They need to make the case aggressively that this is going to do far more good, that alleviates and balances out any of the concerns that people might have about the price tag. Again, one of the things that we think that Republicans have done a good job of, frankly, and it's to our country's detriment, though, is taking the megaphone, labeling things, seizing on opportunities to just completely pillar everything that this administration does, everything that the Democratic agenda represents. They recast it as something radical or something to be afraid of. I think that Democrats need to get back in their faces, get in their grill, and demonstrate that what they're doing isn't to be feared. It's to be lauded. It's to be supported, because it's going to do so much more good for the American people and for constituencies than anything that's happened in the last 20 years. We've seen nothing but gridlock from Washington for so long. One of the real reasons why Donald Trump was able to catch on back in 2016 was the belief ingrained in American consciousness that Washington stopped working for them, that things weren't getting done, that the special interests and the lobbyists, all the big business forces had overtaken their best interests and their agenda. Democrats have an opportunity with this legislation and with their majority to show the American people what they can do, what governing looks like. And one of the things that you and Donnie, I think, just talked about was the conundrum that Democrats face heading into the midterms, coming up against so much misinformation, so much propaganda, anti-democratic forces. Well, the way that you combat that is with force, with legislative force. Use the reins of power that you have right now while you have them as much as you can, as often as you can, to deliver for the American people.